Yo, I swear it was like around the times when things were going well, when we had to pack guns and then Asher went jail, and then couple months down the line, me and Morgs thinking about my nigga doing mad time and his mums. Then I hugged her, I don't know how it came around like this. Then she looked and said, look after the album, Swiss, and make sure that you learn something out of this. And the thought of it makes you wanna, that's her only son, take away your boy from his mother, that's a lonely mum. Protect yourself with a loaded gun, just one of the rules, and Asher weren't the only one, so for the fact that it's nothing fun when the nigga's trying to put 6 in your gut and run. I don't wanna be another bum, there's another million niggas like me in another slum. But look at what the summer done, couple shootouts, niggas dead over something dumb. A light-skinned Simon for Surrey Lane fell down the track, body got severed by the train. Come on dog, I ain't forgetting Wayne died 97, but I still see him in my brain. All the pain and the memories, niggas in cemeteries. We lost Spider, I pour a little Hennessy, man, and we bring back them if we can. I shed tears from my eyes with a pen in my hand. I'm just trying to stay alive, can't tell if I can. And these niggas wanna put a shell in my man, damn. Yeah, sometimes I just wanna cry, I don't wanna live, yeah, sometimes I just wanna die. But what am I can't act like I'm not alive. Got a whole family to look after, so I gotta try and not. Even though granny's in the last years, gotta stay strong, fuck hanging at the glass stairs. Time's moving fast, I don't wanna be the last hair hanging around my house, sitting in the armchair like does the Lord half care? They're just eating bread while everybody starves there. Look what happened to the motherland, they don't wanna treat blacks the same as another man. And just cause our skin's different colour and I don't change colour, but they called me a coloured man. There's only so much you can take in when your head's nappy with the shade of a slave skin. The ghetto spent most of my days in. I ain't in prison, but I feel like I'm caged in. And I don't even need a chorus, it's the type of number that I dedicate to Stephen Lawrence. And it's gutted down here, everybody's broke, we just need money down here, yeah. No, we don't wanna work for them, cause we wouldn't be broke here if it weren't for them. No, yeah, there's a lot of work to begin here, but first I gotta start most of my work within Pierre. Cause right now I'm an addict for weed, it's so deep I don't even know what happened to me. I gave my life to the streets for the masses to see. My family didn't like it when I hang around with G. My brother went jail, I was trying to bang out a key. Ran out of weed and even fell flat on my knees. Got off my face and fell right back on my knees. One of my friends offered crack to me, could you believe? That could have been my downfall, but I didn't agree. If I could get most of these people just to listen to me. Don't let the streets get the best of you, take it from P. They don't want us making money, so the odds of us getting out the ghettos like none out of free. Release me from these mental chains now, I just want to be free. I just, inside every time that I hear another's died, I just act like I don't even care for real. Cause I don't wanna kill my own, but if niggas come for me, I ain't tryna be alone, blow. Whatever will happens, it gets done, and it's gonna take more than the mothers against guns. Cause last year they said they was gonna direct funds. When it comes down to it, the government gets dumb on us. They were supposed to give a few mil. Last time I heard something, they ain't done it yet still. They should put a ban on every gun that's real. They're looking for murderers and they're the ones that kill. Who gave these clowns the authority to teach and knowledge me? I don't care about his philosophy. All these fake fantasies just soften me. I don't want this on my conscience, please get off of me. Cause they don't want me to know where I'm coming from. If they did, then I would know where I'm going done. I need some real answers, they ain't showing one. Why do you think my heart's so cold and I'm going numb? Cause we don't care no more, it's past hurt. I don't wanna shed tears no more. Ready to die for the cause, I don't fear no war. This is how I'm living till I ain't here no more. That's the way I'm gonna die, I don't fear no law. Wanna tell me lies, I don't wanna hear no more. I'm ready to stand up, I don't stare no more. Till everything I'm against isn't here no more. So real.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the TMR podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you got your notification bell set on all so you know when minutes go live or when minutes upload. And I'm here with my guy, Chino. What you say, my guy?
Salute, bro. Hey, salute to everybody in the chat, everybody watching, everybody in, living their life, doing what they got to do, man. You already know, man. We here.
Yes, sir. So some tit for tat that's going on. As we know, Dana White took Conor Ben away from Eddie Hearn, and now Eddie Hearn has fired back and took Tom Aspinall away from Dana White. So that fighter, he was originally in the UFC, and now he's come over to boxing. but he's not with Dana White doing at the sofa. He's actually with Matchroom. So what's your thoughts on that? The tit for tat.
Okay, but Turk is working with both of them.
Turkey's not working with Eddie right in this moment in time, but they have done business, and whenever Turkey needs him, then Turkey would do business with him. But in this current moment in time, he ain't doing business with Eddie right now.
It's like shady business between all of them, man.
Yeah.
It's shady. I mean, it is what it is, man. This is about money. This is about views. This is about, I don't know, man. It's just shady work going, but, they say it's no loyalty in business. So that's how I'm looking at it.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact. So let's see what's really going on, because, it's brazy out here. It's real brazy.
Yo, they stay taking shot at each other, man.
Yeah.
It's serious.
Real serious.
Plan to take over boxing. That is Dana White, with backing from the Saudis, has a plan to make it similar to the UFC model. And someone rejecting against that massively is Eddie Hearn.
So when someone like Dana sits there and goes, have you ever seen a bigger pussy? Like this guy, get over it, man. Get over it. No, I won't get over it because it hurt.
Now, of course, they signed his fighter not too long ago, Conor Ben, that caused some back and forth. Eddie Hearn has come back with his own jab by recently signing Tom Aspinall to his talent agency. So done a jibe for jibe here. But now Dana White has been interviewed and said he actually himself would get in the combat sports arena and fight Eddie Hearn.
Any chance of an 8th bout on the ring between you and Eddie Hearn?
How old's Eddie Hearn? How old's Eddie? In his 40s or something?
He's a big unit. He'd probably fancy himself.
Yeah, he's huge.
He did box
like
his,
6'5".
He boxed his dad. Who do you think would win if you had a fight? Who would win?
Put it this way: that would have to be like a Jake Paul Netflix card, okay? Or we could both fight Jake Paul. We're in his age bracket of guys he likes to fight.
Eddie has a 10-year advantage over you. He's got the youth, but you are Dana White. If it actually happened, who would win?
Listen, if Eddie wants to box, we can box. We can box if Eddie wants to box. I don't think Eddie wants to box.
And would you be confident?
Yeah, back in the day, I used to box with all the guys, boxers and UFC guys. I have boxed.
So if Eddie Hearn's up for it, you're on for it.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are both guys that promote fighters, but them fighting themselves would be interesting. Dana White is willing to put it on the line. Be interesting to see if Eddie Hearn accepts this offer.
If there's anything I can ever teach you, that's it.
This is it.
There you go.
What if I told you about 4 new updates that would change your growth on YouTube? Deep Thinking is our newest update to AI Coach. It died.
But
it looks like they just letting the boss beat up on them, or that I don't who.
I have to see who that is.
That's not no fight. That can't be no fighter. No, because he's not. Nah, you can't tell me the manager is gonna be beating up on a prize fighter like that.
I have to see.
When it's meant to be neutral, it seems like we know whose side he's taking. Turki Al-Sheikh is the man that's revolutionized boxing recently, making all the big fights happen. And during this drama, he put out something saying, while speaking to the ring, Turki Al-Sheikh said, Eddie Hearn, come and put your head on your chest of your father. I'll give you a warm hug. The world is filled with evil people. He's taken the mick out of Eddie Hearn here and actually done another shot at him as well, saying, Eddie, don't worry, I'm always here for you. And if you call me, unlike Conor Ben, I will answer the phone. It's clear to see whose side he is taking through this drama. So, of course, Turki Al-Sheikh has poured literally billions into the sport probably already, and he's aligning more with the Dana White approach to have dominance. When you're putting that much money in.
So you see what I mean? How they don't have business now? Them kind of thing is what Turki was saying. Because obviously, Eddie Hearn was hurt about Conor Ben obviously going to Zuffa. Yeah.
To something, you're going to want some sort of ownership rather than just pouring it into these promoters. And Eddie Hearn had said this.
This may come back to bite me in the arse one day. How you doing, mate? Yeah, you're a dog. But listen, maybe we're all dogs. I know the ones that are real people, and I know the ones that aren't. Some people are big on loyalty. Some people don't give a Some people have, it's the best word to say this, morals, that was a good word, and some people are dogs, but it's a short career. So you've got to marry it up, do you know what I mean? If someone does a great job for you, if someone has put the neck out for you, if someone has backed you consistently, then you should show them a loyalty. Now, if they don't have anything for you, you can't just hang around. Canelo Alvarez is a great example of that. When I ran out of options and opportunities for him, he had to go elsewhere. But you know, the thing is with Canelo, he's up front with you. He has told me in the past, Eddie, I really like you. I want to do more business for you. But listen, you know I'm about wherever the opportunities are for me. That's a loyalty in a sense, because a lot of them are just snakes and dogs and they don't really give a f***. But it's a cutthroat business.
When people talk about war in the Middle East, they talk about the boxing situation, I'm just going to assume they're talking about Dana White and Eddie Hearn battling over the Saudi money to promote boxing fights. So boxing's becoming one big mess, and this Turkey guy already has an ongoing lawsuit situation of $1 billion involved against Frank Warren. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund and the entities like General Entertainment Authority, chaired by Turki Al-Sheikh and Seller, have invested billions since 2023 to transform boxing. This includes fights and huge purses and now a structured promotional entity aiming for UFC-style dominance in global streaming deals and centralized control, disrupting traditional promoters. Turki Al-Sheikh and Frank Warren's Queensberry promotion started a close collaborating relationship in late 2023. Warren's expertise helped Saudi Arabia break into boxing promotion, providing fighter access, especially to heavyweights like Tyson Fury, event know-how and operation support for early rehab events. They were publicly friendly, with Warren praising Al-Sheikh's vision and the Saudi money revolutionizing. Because these promoters were getting such a good deal out of it for their fighters, they were defending.
Try again, bro.
How long haven't Tyson Fury had a fight yet? Man, come on, man.
Yeah, he's returning there in April. He's coming back in April.
He haven't fought in what, 3 years?
I feel like 18 months, something like that. 18 months. Almost 2, yeah.
Damn.
Saudi, when they first come into boxing, now the tables have turned.
You've got an audience of neutrals. They're not partisan supporters of the fighters. They're neutrals, and they got behind it, and they enjoyed it, and there was an atmosphere, and it pisses me off. Why we got to keep finding fault with something? Was it a great night of boxing? Were they not great fights? So now you've got the assholes out there who bring the including yourself bringing that. Why? What relevance is that? And if there was a load of fucking Brits there who got drunk on a plane coming over and they were all singing Sweet Caroline, and then what? We'd find something else to moan about. Do me a favour. Go to Japan and watch Inoue. You spoke about him. Go and watch one of his fights. You're a pin drop. You know why? Because that's their culture. And you have to respect other people's culture. And you're taking something into another territory where boxing, to be quite honest, is not ingrained in that population sporting psyche. But it is happening.
Building the budget, chasing the people, chasing the email, getting stuck with different versions. Wait, who else is working on a budget file?
Tensions have exploded.
And why he's saying that is actually because he is suing Turkey for $1 billion. He is. Yeah.
And why is he suing Turkey for $1 billion?
Because allegedly he didn't stick to the contract that they had. Okay. Obviously, he's doing this suit for boxing stuff, isn't it? And not fulfilling the obligations that he was meant to be doing, the deal that he had with Queensberry, and then obviously that they're saying obviously that's going to cost them money. So yeah, they're trying to sue him for $1 billion. Yeah.
Recently in early 2026, with Queensberry accusing the seller, Turki Al-Sheikh's entity, and the TKO Group Holdings, Dana White's UFC/WWE parent company, of breaching an exclusive contract. Queensberry claims they were used as a bridge or entry partner, sharing privileged data and know-how, only to be sidelined once Saudi and TKO formed Zuffa Boxing, a joint venture to crush competitors and apply a UFC model to boxing.
This potential legal battle between you and the Saudis. What can you tell us about it at the moment?
Not a lot. It's just an action, and I can't make any comment on it at the moment.
What does it mean though for your fighters? Like, will you still be taking fights in Saudi? Will we see you still on Riyadh season cards?
I can't comment on it at the moment. You know, this has come out, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is, and we've got to just get on with it.
Do you think there is still scope for that harmony, for everyone to still play nicely?
Harmony, Riyadh season has been brilliant for us, and we've done everything as we signed up to do, and we expect everybody to do the same thing with us.
This allegedly cost Queensberry massive future earnings from Saudi-backed events, leading to threat and reports of filing a $1 billion lawsuit in British High Court. Things were fishy when Tyson Fury, a Queensberry fighter, announced his return in January 2026 after retiring in 2025. Turki Al-Sheikh backed his comeback fight on April 11, 2026 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, UK. It's a Netflix first live boxing event, global stream and no extra cost. Not the crossover fights, a proper boxing match promoted by the Ring magazine and Saudi entities, Seller and Riyadh Season, and the card has added Conor Benn and Regis Progress as a co-main event. This shows Turkey continuing big investments independently without Frank Warren or the likes of Eddie Hearn, and potentially straining Queensberry Fury ties amid this dispute. Let's give the full story here. So between late 2022 and early 2023, Saudi Arabia ramps up boxing investments via Riyadh Season and Turki Al-Sheikh. September 2023, Queensberry signs exclusive agreement with Seller for boxing services, know-how as Saudis enters the promotion. Separate contract with TKO grants access to Queensberry's data, including Seller deal details. October 2023, the first major Saudi event, Fury versus Francis Ngannou in Riyadh, with Warren and Queensberry's involvement. Between 2023 and 2024, we see a strong partnership. Queensberry helps facilitate events, cross promotions, and fighter deals under the Saudi funding. March 5th, 2025, Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White and Nick Khan announced a multi-year partnership with Seller and TKO to form a boxing venture, later named Zuffa Boxing. By June 18, 2025, Zuffa Boxing officially announced and launched as a TKO/Seller joint venture. Seller, the majority owner, fronted by White, Turkey, and Khan, and aims to revolutionize boxing with the UFC model. September 13, 2025, Zuffa promotes their first major event, Canelo versus Terence Crawford, a massive fight on Netflix. Late 2025, Zuffa secures a streaming deal, stating in 2026 will have a $100 million deal and US rights.
There hasn't been any pushback. Okay. This is like beating up babies. I feel like I came in and I'm beating up babies. I expected more. I expected some pushback. I expected some, I don't know, them to be more game. They're all way out of their league. Like, absolutely, positively out of their league. I don't think anybody looks at Eddie Hearn and says, oh, this guy's a visionary, or, the guy's been in boxing forever. I look at him like most politicians. You've done nothing.
January 3rd, 2026, Zuffa Boxing makes their first proper branded event, the 01 at UFC Apex. Callum Walsh headlines it. And a week later, Turkey announces Fury's return fight on April 11, 2026 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, live on Netflix, promoted by Ring and Seller, cutting out Queensberry. And with Dana White then signing Eddie Hearn's fighter, who he's had back and forth with, Conor Benn, he was announced as the co-main on that card. Now, we've seen just recently, the Telegraph has reported that Queensberry has sent letters before action to Seller and TKO, threatening intending a $1 billion lawsuit for breach of contract, claiming Seller and TKO used privileged info to form Zuffa, a 5-year deal behind Queensberry's back, breaching them being exclusive and costing potential earnings. The dispute goes public and Warren confirms considering legal action. Seller and TKO dismiss the claims as unfounded and potential British High Court battle could be unfolded. We see Eddie Hearn not sitting still. He tried to clap back by signing Tom Aspinall to his agency, but he's still part of the UFC anyway.
And a lot of fans will associate you with obviously boxing. Just to be clear on that, obviously Tom is still with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, he has a contract with the UFC, so this isn't about bringing him into boxing. This is a commercial representation and an advisory capacity.
So that's the war that's going on. So then now, I should play an interview since obviously Eddie Hearn has signed one of Dana White's people now. This is what he's got to say.
Oh, dog, you know the mad thing is, you've got...
Yeah, the IFL TV too.
This is Coogan Cassius for IFL TV. You old sly old dog, you.
You know the mad thing is, you've got an interview with me. I won't tell you any questions you've got to ask me. I won't make you send it through to me before you approve it. And I won't say anything else. Because
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
because I'm not a snitch. But I'm just saying.
like, can I ask you a cynical question? After Conor Ben left you and Dana White broke your heart and you went through all that time, did you think
Dana White didn't break my heart?
No, but the whole thing broke your heart, didn't it?
The Conor Ben broke my heart.
Did you turn around and go, right, watch what I fucking do?
Yes, but not with this in mind. Do you know what I'm saying? What it did was it made me. It wasn't just the Conor Ben stuff. It was just the stuff that he said before. It was just that I know we have to bounce back here, and this stuff. Like I'm not going to come here and say, and I've just done a massive turnout here today, by the way. It's like bringing worlds together. So all of a sudden now I've got all the MMA world and the boxing world now, right? People say, you just did this to, spite Dana White, blah, blah, blah. No, I did this because I got the opportunity to sign one of the biggest stars in combat sports. But the timing meant that the volume and the power of that announcement would be absolutely catastrophic for people, right? So basically what happened was now in 24 hours, Tom Aspinall's profile is by far bigger than it's ever been in his entire career. And that is coming off being chastised by people who have spun a narrative of him, which is not true, right? The agency stuff just makes perfect sense. We've been talking about it for years. Me and AJ are starting to move into football. And I look at it and I think, I know sport inside out. I know how to deal with brands. I know how to drive profile. I know how to deal with broadcasters. I know how to spin a narrative. I know how to deal with PR and media. I know how to drive sponsorship sales. I know what's in the pot for every major event. So really, we're incredibly well placed in that space. So that's a natural progression. The timing of this, it was just actually, I was at Wood Warrington. I was talking to Mike Rideout from The Zone. Rideout. I call him Rideout because Paul Rideout. Do you remember Paul Rideout?
He's both Everton.
Yeah. Right?
Fuck do you know that anyway?
Because his name spelled the same. Anyway, so he said, he was talking about Tom and he was talking about, have you met his dad? He's very unhappy at the moment, blah, blah, blah. And I just had a call with Andy Aspinall. And from there, this was like a week ago. This is when it all started. So the timing, and I said to Tom the other day, because he went to me, what am I, a pawn in this you and Dana? I went,
it's a fair question.
I went a little bit, but actually I want to represent you. And I think I'll do a fucking incredible job. So, and then I said to him, if you want to wait a couple of weeks for it to die down, but I'm telling you, my advice is now's the time because it's going to be huge. And he went, I agree. And we met on Wednesday, we got it signed, and now we're here.
Let me ask you, Piers Morgan did an interview with Dana White, but I think this was obviously, it was done prior to this announcement. When Piers Morgan asked Dana White about Tom Aspinall, his words were, he hasn't spoken to him for a little while. He does believe he'll fight again, but that's my heavyweight. At that point, which was 24 hours previous, did Dana White know what you were doing?
No, he had no idea what I was doing.
Are you telling me that Dana White wouldn't have known until you put out the announcement last night?
Correct. But that's what you do. I mean, that's the power.
Is that why you wouldn't tell me yesterday?
Yeah, but that's the how big my mouth is. I've got everyone phoning me going, what is it? What is it? But that's the power of the announcement. And actually, we brought it forward because you started sniffing around. Colm actually guessed it, right? Yeah. He's messaged me going, oh my God, you've signed Aspinall, haven't you? I'm like, oh my God. So I phoned the media team. I went, get it ready, drop it now. Because I thought Colm's got the biggest mouth ever. Do you know what I mean? So it's just going to spin out there and go. So, yeah, so it's the power of the announcement.
Were you going to save it till today? You weren't?
But last night about 8 p.m, but we brought it forward to like 5. So, yeah, no, it's the power of the announcement. And listen, at the end of the day, all that stuff, there's Rideout. It's the power of the announcement. And all this stuff between me and Dana, we're both, them especially, huge organisations. I'm not an idiot, right? And we will do everything professionally, but we'll do everything in the best interests of Tom Aspinall. And it's not like we're going to come in and be a massive pain in the arse to them. We're just going to work to drive this guy's profile. It's probably good for the UFC. Do you know what I mean? Because actually, already what's happened, I've done a little bit of a job for them. Because their fighter, his profile is bigger than it's ever been. And I did that in fucking 16 hours. And by the way, if I want to, I'll make it double what it is now. And then after I've done that, I'll treble it. And I know how to build stuff. These guys need focus and attention. And he was a broken man when I spoke to him on the phone. Already in 5 or 6 days, the change in his demeanor is unbelievable. He felt like he was damaged goods because he felt like a narrative was span on him that was total bullshit, right? A proper, down-to-earth, working-class hero. Basically, his integrity was questioned because of a narrative that was spun on him. And let me tell you something now. He is one fucking tough son of a bitch. And I'm new to MMA. I'm a casual MMA fan. I'm not going to sit here, start reeling off all the names, this and that. But what I know is he will fight anybody, and he's been fighting since he was 8 years old. And he's a destroyer, right? So now we're going to get his mojo firing to go and beat every fucker out there.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys,
See, man like Eddie can sell water to a well, man. Trust me. Good salesman.
Do you have to deal with Dana White now on certain situations that come up in Tom's career?
I think if you listen to those guys, it sounds like the dynamic is that Dana doesn't deal with any of the fighters. That's Hunter and the team. You know, Dana said, I haven't spoken to Tom since that fight. When was that? October? I mean, it's like 6 months ago. So, but as Tom said in the interview there, he goes, look, it's not his job really to speak to the fighters. He doesn't speak to the fighters.
I will ask him, how is that relationship with Tom and Dana, to your understanding?
I mean, this one for Tom. I think Tom's disappointed that, again, a narrative, if you like, has been spun that is just not true. Like, the guy's had 3 operations. If you watch that back in slow-mo, it's absolutely horrendous.
So I appreciate you joining us. Tom may be the most overrated UFC Hall of Famer of all time. But let's see how he does in boxing. Let's see how he does. Let's see.
Like, I know at the time, it's like, you know, there's a fight going. I was like, oh, what's happened here? Watch it back. Literally had his eyes gouged out, right? And like I said, he's a tough man. And there's no quitting him. So he feels like you know, I think that he was really down in the dumps. And already in those few days, I've seen him walking around here, chest up. And I said to him, you're the fucking man. Come on. Fucking UFC heavyweight champ. And he's like, yeah, you need that. You've got, like, it's going to improve everything around you.
Just to address this, obviously, the first thing that a lot of people would have thought, seeing you and Aspinall together, is that Aspinall's coming to boxing. That's not the case. It may end up being one day, but just talk to me.
Okay, so he hasn't come to boxing then. So what is it then?
About that, it's not the case.
This isn't about busting out of a UFC contract. Like, we know where we stand. I have the contracts. Our team will read them, and we will make sure we deal with them. But we have an obligation, and that's not a problem at all. I would like that. You know, you want to have sensible conversations to make sure that what we're doing with him and the value of Tom Aspinall is respected. Will he go into boxing one day? Maybe. But that's not the focus at the moment.
I'm just trying to think of a bigger pussy in the world than you. I'm not. Who is actually a bigger pussy than you? Who would you say? Got any names?
No,
that doesn't make sense, and that's how you know that he signed Tom just to be spiteful. Because what then exactly are you doing with him?
Doesn't he have something to do with MMA?
I haven't known Eddie too, but he might do. He must do.
He said it just a little while ago. He's a part of MMA. He just said it a little while ago.
Okay, well there you go. So so that's what it is then. Makes sense.
I call anyone that. I think it's very offensive.
It was weird to hear Piers Morgan keep repeating the word pussy as well on his show.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't you watched the interview?
I've seen clips of it. I mean, listen, in 7 days, Dana White has called me a pussy and called me out for a fight. I must be doing something right.
He said he does like you, though.
Do you know what? Look,
he actually said he does like you, but he does believe that you were acting that way.
But you got to remember, he was criticising my business and my product. Like him or not like it. I'm not going to not say anything. That would be a pussy, right? And I'm sorry, but I'm not a pussy. Maybe I am sometimes in certain ways, but we'll come on to that. But so you can't expect to criticise what I spend my whole life doing and me not saying anything. He's like, oh, Eddie's acting mad. I'm like, no, I was just responding to what you said. I like Dana. And this isn't a loving. How many interviews have I done with you where I say, I respect him so much, the business, Nick Khan, all these guys are extremely bright. But we're in a dogfight. But it's not, I don't think, I get the feeling that because of how smart everyone is and because of how big everybody is in their respective fields, I think it will play out okay. But I also understand that at the moment, everyone's losing their shit, loving it. And it's a massive story. I mean, it's everywhere. It's across every media outlet. The fact that Dana White's calling me out for a fight, like, look, for my profile, I mean, I'll go and get chin just, for the profile. But across America and stuff like that, I'm looking at my following. It's going, like, all the media outlets are onto me. Eddie, can we speak to you? So the whole thing is great. And you got Turki Al-Sheikh will be sitting there just going, this is fucking brilliant.
We haven't got that long, so just a couple more things before I let you go. One comment he did make, he said, watch in a year's time and see where your American business is. Did you hear that comment? Yeah? Yeah, he did say that.
I think Bob Arum said that. So did Leonard Ellaby. I think Luda Bella said that as well. Oh, listen, we will see where it is. But as I've showed over the last 24 hours, this is just the beginning. I've got news coming. If this all plays out, that he's going to blow. You think this was big? You wait. If I pull this off, you lot, all of you lot will be fucking numb and you won't even be able to say anything.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
We'll see.
Well, he's up to something.
Post.
Yeah, he definitely up to something. Yeah,
He's up to
definitely.
something. Just to get back. I mean, they some shady dudes, man. They be getting at each other, man. That paper.
Yeah.
A cutthroat society, man.
Yeah.
About.
I was going to repost it, but I was like, it's almost too brutal to repost. So I didn't actually repost it.
You're asking about it, obviously.
No, I appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's never going to fight. I can't believe what Conor Benn, but he knows. Listen, there ain't anyone with a cleaner heart in the game than AJ. Unrivaled. And, it is what it is, but I'm there.
Francis Ngannou is reportedly a free agent. That'd be perfect for your next signing under the Matchroom Talent Agency.
I think we'll probably reach out to Francis. I mean, I've had, I wouldn't say a dozen, but I've had over half a dozen quite big name UFC fighters contact me in the last 12 hours. And I'm not going to sign all of them, but they're fascinated by this because they feel like they're not getting what they deserve. And that will be the job of the agency to do that.
What other sports you doing?
Anything. We're not even limited to sports. I want to work with extraordinary talents and make sure we give them the opportunities they deserve for their commitment.
Actors?
Anybody. You?
Yeah.
Matchroom Talent Agency signed Kugan Cassius and Oscar Bevis. Just behind you.
Well, listen, fair play to you because you was a broken man in Nottingham, honestly.
I was never a broken man.
You was a broken man.
Listen,
but
when you're a broken man, do you know what you have to do? You have to put yourself back together again and fucking go to work. And that's what we did. And last night, we rocked the world. And it's only the beginning. Because you know me. I don't fucking lay down and play, man.
Eddie Hearn, much appreciate your time. Good luck with your new venture. I'd like to have pulled.
Salute to man like Eddie. Yeah, so yeah, he's fighting back, man. He's fighting back. He is fighting back. He definitely is. Yeah, he's fighting back, man. There's on a sponsored Turkey. Yeah, let me play this song. Because, yeah, he's fighting back. So you have to salute it, man. Have to salute it. He's not there now about a fight.
And Eddie, first of all, what are you doing? I saw this news and just thought, oh, here we go. Now, I want to get straight into it, this talent agency. Now, people online, the first thing they're saying is Tom Aspinall a pawn in the war between Eddie and Dana White. So from the horse's mouth, what is this? Because it has come out of nowhere.
Well, it has, but if you listen to everything that we've said over the last couple of years, representing athletes and particularly footballers is something that's been on the agenda and talked about for a long time with Anthony. One of the conversations I had with Tom asked that question. Once we started talking, the more and more we talked, the more we realised how good a job we can do for Tom Aspinall. The more I realised I met a man that was a little bit broken and had actually forgotten that he's the baddest man on the planet and the undisputed heavyweight UFC champion. And I told him, puff out your chest, lift your chin up and understand you're a star. And I can see that from him even today. And he's just been beaten down a little bit. And he said to me, what am I though, a pawn in this whole thing? I think he used the exact words. And I went, a little bit. I said, but it's a great story. I said, and actually what it's going to do is it's going to enable me to build this division of my company and it's going to grow your profile instantly on the announcement. And if you look at it, within 24 hours of this announcement, Tom Aspinall's profile is bigger than it's ever been. Everybody's talking about Tom Aspinall. So it's benefiting him. And by the way, it'll benefit the UFC because we're going to grow the profile and the star power of one of their roster. So they should actually, I hope they say thank you.
So he said, so all he's doing is like a manager. Same thing Jay-Z is doing, because Jay-Z himself, he managed football players, he managed basketball players, he managed different players in different sports. So that's what he has a managing agency.
Yeah.
This isn't really about all coming in and causing a nightmare for the UFC. It's about representing an athlete and getting them what they deserve.
I heard you talk about this agency a long time ago, but was his signing in particular a direct response to them getting Conor Benn?
Not really about Conor Benn, but there was definitely an element of this story, this battle is really compelling. And I'm going to fight back and bounce back. And this is just the start. If things fall into place over the next couple of weeks, you lot are going to be absolutely dumbfounded by what I'm about to do. And this is just the beginning. But it's all fair cop and fair game. It's nothing like, I know, look, in 1 week, Dana White has called me a pussy in multiple interviews. He's even offered to fight me. This is so big for me. Do you know what I mean? He's a massive name and the UFC is a massive powerhouse. I'm sitting there at every UFC press conference, they're talking about me. I'm actually sitting there with half a wood on, right, going, this is unbelievable. It's me v Dana White. No one's even talking about anyone else, in terms of promoters and stuff like that. So what a great story. And this is all a pantomime. I think, listen, I think he said fair play to him in an interview. I like Eddie, but he said, I went all crazy about something. I went all crazy about him saying, I don't have any vision and we're part of the problem in boxing. Of course, what do you want me to say? Not respond to that? So now, a couple of weeks on from that, and, he said, you've never heard me calling him a pussy and, telling him off, but I respect the guy, I respect the organisation, but the war, but it's for real and it's competitive and it's going to be thrilling for you guys and for fans. And people keep saying, oh, it's 1-1. Don't worry about that. It's going to be 420-397 because it's going to go on for a long time and it'll be a war of attrition that we shall win.
What did you make of Turkey Al-Sheikh's tweet? He tweeted some lines of put your head on the chest of your father.
Yeah.
We'll give you a warm hug. I mean, I was like...
Yeah. No, did he? It was... I'd actually spoken to Dr. Akan and Sellers just before that post and we were arranging a meeting for me in Turkey. And then I sent it to him after and they think that kind of thing's hilarious. I told you before, Turkey's the king of fuckery. He loves it. He loves all this. This signing and stuff like that. He'll be going... Yes, Eddie, because he loves that. I think it was in response to my comments about him being Dana's daddy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm due to see those guys soon, and we expect to do a lot of business with them. If we don't, I keep saying, our business is not reliant on Turkey Al-Sheikh. We want to keep working with him. Great opportunities for our fighters, for our business, and I enjoy it. And I always, like, people keep saying to me, "Oh, do you think Turkey's out to get you?" It's like, not really, but if he is, it's no surprise. Like, he's never gone to me, "Eddie, honestly, me and you, mate, we're like family. Like, I'll do anything for you." Like, but he just says, "Whatever suits me, I will do."
Mm-hmm.
So when you got something that suits me, we'll do business. And when you haven't, I'll most likely fuck you. All right, it's all right. At least you know where you stand.
It's a mad world, though, isn't it, when you think about it? I mean, Simon Jordan said, I think you've probably heard it, but, they've come in, they've seen the infrastructure, they've seen how you run operations, and at some point, you could be surplus to requirements because they've got the dough.
Yeah, but that's kind of that's like a secret fantasy of Simon Jordan's.
Well, you think he wishes on that?
Of course. Of course. Like, listen, we half get on, but really, he would actually
You
quite
think he'd
like
love to see your downfall?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I've got an absolute stinker for you. Never going to happen, mate. You can look at an infrastructure of a business. You can look at the books of a business. If you can't run the business, if you're not good enough, you're not going to do it. So we're fine. But the upside of our business is of course reliant upon that relationship, because whilst we're doing our shows, we're a hugely successful company. But if you add that layer of Riyadh season events and bigger opportunities for fighters, but we're not sort of cast off in terms of our fighters. We're being asked to provide our fighters. I mean, on the ring card, the Troy Williamson fight doesn't look like it's going to happen, but the Justice Honey, great opportunity for him.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go and talk to him. We're contracted to run the ring card in May. So yeah, we expect that relationship to continue.
What's the story with the promoter for the Tyson Fury fight week?
Well, I mean, it's a very good question. I mean, Mark Shapiro on the TKO investor call confirmed that TKO are the promoters of that show, or Zuffa. I mean, he can't lie on those kind of calls. But let's see.
You don't think they can be, do you? Okay.
I mean, under Conor Benn's contract, they have to be.
Interesting. Well, I know we can't go into that then. Anthony Joshua, have you got a little bit of an update from him? I've seen him. He's down at Finchley doing a bit of work.
Only he's back. He's in the UK. He's, I think he is, he's good. I mean,
we asked creators how vidIQ helped them grow on YouTube. Here's what they said.
I've gone from a channel that used to only get a couple.
I think the one thing that gives AJ kind of structure in his life is training camp. And he hasn't been able to go in training camp because of his injuries. But he's close to returning to training camp. And once he does, I'm going to give him the time of a few weeks in there to see how he feels. And then we're going to start talking about his next fight. Again, calls from Turkey's team last night and Seller to sort of say, let's pick up on the AJ conversations, of which we'll do over the coming weeks.
Can I ask you, would you ever seriously consider doing a fight with Dana White for the right money?
Oh, I'd have to. I mean, I can't say no. What do you mean? I mean, imagine saying no. Like, the reality is, every time you ask me this question, you say, no, not you, but like, people say, oh, would you fight Simon Jordan? Would you fight Ben Shalom? Like, these are fights that, like, no, I don't mean to be, like, I would win in my sleep. But Dana, I actually watched some footage of him sparring. He's actually not bad. And he's a bit of a unit. But Aspinall said to me, if you got beat by Dana White, I would actually disown you.
He's gone.
I'm like, but it would also be absolutely massive. And the money would be outrageous. I could never turn it down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be competitive, but I might get chinned.
Last one, Jack Catterall update. He's gone a bit quiet at the minute. What's next for Jack?
So we're negotiating a fight with Jose Ramirez. And we tried to make that fight for April 25th, but Jose Ramirez wasn't ready. They want to try and do it for the end of May. We've got a couple of other options. You'll be hearing about Jack Catterall's fight definitely in the next week to 10 days, because Sam Jones is driving me absolutely mental. But we're working on a lot of things for Jack, and it won't be long.
Eddie, appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
So it's a big war that's going on, man. Big, massive war. There's a big war going on between Eddie and
you hear that? The Sheik Turkey love the fuckery, yo.
He does. That's what I'm saying. He does. You know what I mean? He does. He plays that shit hard, man. Trust me. Plays that shit hard. I'm playing it let me see.
He said he would get chinned if he fight. He'll try to make it look good, but he'll get chinned.
Yeah, and we did hear, obviously, Dana White say he'd be willing to fight him. He said that, yeah. Is that Dana White? Yeah, that'd be a fight that I would like to see. Dana White versus Eddie Hearn. I'm with that. Is it Dana White? Yeah, sign of Eddie Hearn. Okay.
One thing about Charles that makes him a BMF, what is it? What is the most BMF thing about Charles?
Dude's a legend, man. Dude's a legend. He's fighting. A lot of people are making this fight to be a striker versus grappler match. The good gloves is just like that, and colorful gloves, he's going to let me fight in them.
You said you're announcing the White House card this week. When exactly this week can we expect that announcement?
Saturday night.
And the last one from me, some surprising news earlier today. Tom Aspinall was signed with Eddie Hearn as a manager. You obviously have some issues with Eddie. What did you think about that news, and what do you make of that decision?
We don't have any issues with Eddie. They can get whoever they want to represent him. Tito Ortiz used to represent people, and we got it done.
Question for Renier Dorinda.
He's tight. Really and truly, he's tight. Yeah, he's tight, bro. He's tight. But yeah, let's definitely see how it goes. It's definitely not going to stop. Okay, it's definitely not going to stop. So let's see how this carries on. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And before we get up out of here, Gino, any final words?
Man, salutes to you, man. Salutes to the family. Salute to everybody in the chat, wherever you at. Y'all already know if you're in the streets. I hope y'all get home safe. God bless, man. Drive safe. Don't drink and drive.
Yes, sir. And we don't chase clout. It's strictly business we're about. Salute.
Salute, y'all.
If you're with your family, your class unique. See the mission that I'm on, you can't compete. Who came before me or after me? RIP